It was on. Yeah, it's
I
live
wasn't. I
right
wasn't
now.
watching. I was just watching like clips. I have my Xboxes on because I had to fucking apply some stuff to my Xbox.
We're
Right, what
live.
kind of applications?
Wrestling
What kind
ones,
of
of
application we
course.
talk about?
And
Oh,
we're
wrestling
back.
ones, of course. What's going on? It's your boy Eric UFC.
It's Matt from UFC.
This is Derek from the extended EMFC channel.
Lou?
Oh my god. And that's
All exclusive.
I'm a wireless bum. And we're back for another weekly podcast. And this is a very extra special one because it's WrestleMania weekend, boys. Fire me up, put it in my veins. Also the Leafs are in the playoffs or something. So
Fire in my
fired
veins,
up.
ice in my I don't know. Just we're cracked, bro. We're
Maybe
cracked.
if I bandwagon this year, we'll win the cup. So maybe I'll join you guys this year. You know, because
Of course, first place Atlantic Division champions.
you
is
play a
always
little
good time to go on.
NHL 25, you get it back in your veins, you know, and then you just start watching a couple of games. Throw a
Fresh
little
content going on
40
everywhere.
cents there, 40 cents there, 40 cents there.
He's
It's
addicted
lovely
to
time.
hockey.
Love it, bro.
Playoff time. It's always a beautiful time. The sun's coming out again. The weather's coming out really nice.
I'm
And of
hoping.
course, it's always WrestleMania season.
Lovely, bro. 19 hours of good old thick meaty men. I can't even think, bro. My brain does not
Wrestling.
work. Wrestling.
We got some
Reviews to go through.
I guess reviews. Usually we give our predictions, but we're playing like this little secret game that we're doing.
Yeah. Shout out to Red and
Everyone
Yellow,
already
of
probably
course.
has their own predictions anyways, so maybe we'll end up posting it later or something.
Yeah,
but
maybe on Friday we'll record. We'll see.
we'll probably end up talking just about what we feel entering WrestleMania with like all the matches coming
We
in.
can do match
not necessarily
previews,
results.
yeah, and see which ones we're excited for and all that.
Of course, our fantasy, which it's a quarter of the year already. If you guys really want to think about it, and I'm running away with it. I don't know. I think maybe it's time to
I don't think
start drafting.
I don't think you won this week, bro.
I think I did, bro.
You forgot about my multiplier.
I don't think I won this week. I'll be straight up.
Oh, buddy, I was counting points, and when I was just seeing double digits on everyone, I was like, "Oh, it's a fantastic time." But we'll see.
Yeah, then maybe not.
Yeah.
Regardless, I'm starting to run away with it. I'm just putting it out there, guys. I'm putting it out there, you know.
I was gonna
Guys
suggest
wanna
for
say-
WrestleMania week that we double the points for the winners.
Absolutely.
No. We're already putting
Because
every
Eric
single
knows
wrestler.
all of his
Well,
wrestlers
wait,
are
no,
losing, bro.
don't spoil
Don't
it.
worry
Why
about
not?
it.
You know, we already have like 12 man zombie. Might as well double the points for the victory, bro.
This is the biggest WrestleMania of all time. I mean, the
Or
most
something.
stupendous.
Oh, if you want to go in the
Or
sheets,
something.
apparently it's not.
Yeah, I know.
If you want to see in the sheets, of
Absolutely
course.
not. We'll get to that later.
Want to get the review first, I guess.
Yeah. Let me pull up SmackDown. Both of these shows were absolutely dog cheeks. I'll just put that out there. They were very boring. I did not care for any of it. Maybe I'm just talking shit because, like me and Derek said, we were tired. Eric's tired, so we'll just blast through this real quick.
No, I agree.
Nick
Like,
Aldis and Randy Orton looked like they were gonna fucking beef, and then it just turned into a stupid tag team match. Next, women's tag team gauntlet match. Sick for me and Eric's points. Besides that, ass.
Sorry, I thought I showcased the women a little bit, but
It was good.
as you guys pointed out, it just felt like a filler. I don't know. Road to WrestleMania was always like all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean? Fatu. Non-stop, crazy impact storylines on every single angle. I feel like we're just going to like a regular pay-per-view at this point, and it's just called WrestleMania. So you're right with that whole tag team gauntlet thing. We already knew who was gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
What else happened? There's like the Charlotte match. Sorry. My Cherry Blossom, aka whatever her name is.
Well, first off, we
Derek
had Drew and Damien confirmed they're having a match at WrestleMania, and it's going to be a Sin City Street fight. So that's the one gimmick match that we have. Lovely jubbly. After that, we have...
I legit probably skipped that entire segment.
yeah,
now that I
all the
think of
tag
it.
teams complaining to each other. Then you have a banger of a match because, of course, Rey Phoenix is on my team against Berto.
Oh, man.
Against Berto.
Banger, actually.
Banger match. Also, they both have the same tattoo, apparently. So says my wife.
Pepsi?
No, the claw marks that Berto gets on his chest, like fake, I think. I'm pretty sure Rey Phoenix has it on his back, but actually tattooed. So that was funny.
Mexican culture thing. I don't know.
They love ripping their hearts out. Eat your heart out, girl. Then we have Chelsea Green versus Lena Vega without the help of the Green regime. Zelina Vega won by count out, so technically she didn't win the belt, but she won. Naomi and Jay Cargill were talking beef, fam. It was great. Cody Rhodes came out and did the same thing he does every week, except he had belts in front of him this time.
But he had every single WWE Championship belt there, which I thought was really cool to see.
And he specifically said the spinner belt was Cena's, so that was funny. And yeah, Cena's nowhere to be found. So I don't know if you guys like that or not, but I'm personally very upset right now. But
like over it?
Yeah, like at least film a video thing for the screen or something, or beat him up. I was talking to my coworkers about that. It just doesn't feel like it. A lot of people, again, we'll get into the sheets, and probably Derek Scranish Salt are complaining about this build-up. So I personally think it's been pretty mediocre, but I think Triple H is just doing it to swerve us, and then when we get to Mania, there's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of good matches. At least I'm hoping. Street Profits and Miz and Carmelo Hayes, I think, have a match or something, but they were beefing. Sorry, Tiffany Stratton versus Cherry Blossom, Roxanne Perez.
Bowser, yeah.
It was alright. Tiffany won.
Charlotte attacks. Wade Barrett gets in the way. Pretty funny.
They announced they announced all of the matches for Saturday and Sunday officially, and then we had a shit tag team match for the main event, which seems to be the carbon copy of every damn show that doesn't have any,
anything going on.
Yeah, anything with Roman or something important. It's like all these superstars beef in the first segment, and then they're like, "You have a tag team match tonight." It's like, okay, but they're not tag teams. I don't want to see Randy Orton and LA Knight.
Tag team night match player.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, sorry. That was it for SmackDown. I don't know if we covered everything, Derek, or if you wanted to speak on it.
No, that's it.
That was literally it.
Perfect.
Honestly, I thought it was pretty cool seeing some of the matches. I thought like they're just using talent that wasn't being used. For example, Berto was actually lit.
Oh yeah,
they had that whole segment with Andrade backstage, and all the different Mexican groups were getting together. Pretty much Andrade, Rey Phoenix, and then Escobar. And
also, yeah, Escobar
the other one.
did a weird thing where he was basically like praising Rey Phoenix instead of like the usual heel thing where they all beat him down or something. He's just like praising him, and then he shunned Berto basically. So I felt like that was something different, but again, it's just
it'd be interesting.
It's the usual. Gives something
very surprising.
Andrade to say. I'm excited to see Melodome Miz fight eventually. I think that'll be a good tag team for Carmelo Hayes until his boy shows up on the Raw after Mania. But
I feel like SmackDown always has lit tag teams right now, and their storylines are going forward. But towards WrestleMania, that's another thing that we can talk about afterwards for the build-ups, because that's someone else that's upset because this week technically,
2
days from now,
they
announced the matches for SmackDown. So
yeah, so that includes the Street Profits versus, I'm pretty sure it's Melodome Miz
No, it's the Bang Motor City Machine Guns
Boys, yeah,
versus the Street Profits
for the belts, which suck because they're probably the better tag team division. Again, if they put New Day on, maybe Big E's gonna show up.
Raw
but, I don't know. We'll see. But the other thing they announced was the Andre the Giant Battle. The Memorial Battle Royal is going to be on SmackDown, not the WrestleMania pre-show. This is bullshit. I'm up in arms, bro. Also, I heard that Finn Balor's going to win.
Jesus. Would have been a good Jacob Fatu win, but...
Bro, who are they even putting... Is it both brands? I don't even remember how the fucking Battle Royal works.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's all the jobbers who couldn't make it.
Oh, so El Grande Americano's going to win, bro. Gotta be.
I think anyone who doesn't have a match at WrestleMania is put in there.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's probably going to be Omos or something.
Oh.
He already won it. I don't think he's going to...
Yeah, 2-time, bro. Oh, maybe Baron Corbin will come back for his seasonal match.
Don't talk shit about my boy Baron, alright?
Bro, he's in MLW, bro, doing God knows what. Also,
he's doing great things, I think.
He should be in AEW taking the spot of Ricochet, getting his bald-ass head slapped every week.
Yeah, Ricochet's killing it at AEW.
I have heard.
Is he really, though?
He is. He's doing his thing. He's definitely doing more in AEW than he was in WWE.
Well, in the sheets, apparently he was talking shit about WWE, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So Raw, to just summarize what Derek told in the chat, nothing happened, but Roman Reigns went off in the last segment.
Literally, bro.
That's
Like,
all
I
you
feel
need to
so
know.
bad.
That's
I
all.
feel
Monday
so
Night
bad.
Raw?
Yeah, well, like, I mean, I guess stuff happened, but, like, I didn't care for any of it because I was playing Helldivers.
Bailey
I just
beat
literally
Liv.
saw it right now.
Bailey beat Liv, so that's good
Yeah.
for me. But
Like,
also,
you just summarize it, like, it was really basic.
it was
like,
basically setting up Gunther and Jey Uso in two.
It was trash though. Like
Yeah.
it was like Gunther came out,
By
said
himself.
Gunther did
nothing.
his thing.
Oh
No,
yeah,
like,
of course. He's always
Gunther
talking.
said some shit. Gunther
Yeah,
said some
he was
shit.
talking.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
was
is it
talking shit.
WrestleMania caliber stuff? Like it just looks like they're gonna fight next week on Monday Night Raw, bro. And then Jay comes out separately. He's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
bye," and that's it.
The
You know?
Jay stuff pissed me off because, like,
Okay,
I
skipped
feel
it.
that especially. Well, no, you didn't miss anything. He literally just came out and then yeeted with the crowd, but he wasn't yeeting. He was just kind of like, yeah, yeet to my song while I kind of yeet, but don't yeet. And he was just kind of like, I gotta get a moose. And I gotta, like, it was nothing like, I feel like what they did last week with Jay, they completely undid with this segment. And I don't think it was meant to be that way. I think Jay just got caught up in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't think it really helped. And again, like, I was talking about it with one of my patients because, like, all my wrestling fan patients came on this week, came in this week, which was great.
Lovely,
so I was just
bro.
like talking shit. But like, it was like, again, my ideal build for Jay going into WrestleMania would be show me why you're in this spot and show me that, or convince me that you have a chance to beat Gunther. All he did was beat Grayson Waller and Austin Theory. Like, that was literally all he did. Like, there are former world champions. Now, there aren't a lot, because a lot of them went to SmackDown. But, like, you've already been kind of, like, being loose with the rules anyway. So, like, have him beat Finn Balor. Have him beat, like, like
AJ
other
Styles there.
AJ Styles or other world champions to make me feel like, okay, like, this guy actually has a chance to actually win. You know what I mean? Versus, like, him just getting into, like, brawls with Gunther every week. Like, the only really cool thing that happened from this whole build was Gunther killing Jimmy. Which sucks, because now Jimmy's not a part of the WrestleMania card, and I wanted him to be a part of the WrestleMania card. But, like, he was sacrificed up to the wrestling gods in order to give the Jey Uso Gunther feud something more interesting for me to sink my teeth into.
And then they sold it 2 weeks later.
And then they sold it. And so, like, I'm still looking forward to the match. Like, WrestleMania is WrestleMania. I always have fun for WrestleMania. But, like, I just feel that, like, they should have just kept it, like, like, Jay at least, like, looked the part. He wasn't wearing any of, like, the merch. He was just wearing black and wearing, like, black shades and stuff like that. But, like, I just kind of feel like he should have just been more serious and kept that serious tone going into WrestleMania. But, it is what it is. But again, like I said, like, I was playing Helldivers that entire night. I had wrestling playing on in the background, and the only time that I told my boy, yo, chill, let me just listen to this real quick, was the final segment, because that segment has been, like, the Roman Reigns stuff has been gas.
Oh yeah.
It's been really good. And they delivered again. And honestly, I'm at a point now where I want Seth Rollins to win the whole thing.
Yeah, honestly,
I feel you
he
with
was in
that.
his bag.
Seth Rollins has
Replicating the
been
Shield, steel chair
Yeah.
moment, curb
Seth
stomping
Rollins has
everyone.
in his bag.
Michael
last
Cole
few
with the
weeks of
shield,
this
chair call or whatever.
Steel chair.
Yeah, instead of a steel chair, he said shield chair.
Roman surprised me. I didn't think he was actually ever gonna put his hands on Heyman, but
Bro, he
did.
put his whole paw on him. I had to pause and show the wife, bro. I was like, gasp. This is crazy. But
It was actually shocking.
I guess we could talk more about the Jay thing when we get into WrestleMania, but just a note. Triple H should have he's done him dirty with his booking. I don't know if he's fully hands-on or if it's another booker. I don't know how that works. But I feel like Jey Uso doesn't feel like he's in a position to argue with him on his booking. Like, he just got to this, so maybe that also, if this was like Roman or whoever, they'd be like, why are you putting him up against Grayson Waller? Like, maybe he didn't bring anything to the table to help accelerate this, which sucks. But in his situation, it's kind of like you can't really do much. Also, the fans were against him from the rip, so this should have been built up as an underdog story. It was pretty easy, self-explanatory. I don't know where it went off the rails. I don't know if they thought, maybe we should just cool this off for a bit because the fans don't like it, work on some other things, and come back. But they never really came back.
The problem is that, again, like, you have two different sets of fans. Like, the internet wrestling community is like, oh, we hate this. But, like, when you get on to, like, each show, like all the fans are chanting, they're doing yeet, they're not
Hey.
booing him, right? Like so, like the live reaction, like people are still really into it, but like I'm happy that he's in this position. I'm happy that he gets his world title match, but I feel like this is like one of the rare situations that to me it's a lose-lose. You know what I mean? Like I don't think either person benefits from losing this match. Because for me, if Jey Uso loses this match, like I don't see him ever getting a world championship match
He's done,
again.
bro.
No.
And if
Shinsuke Nakamura.
if Gunther loses, then his world championship reign is underwhelming. Like I wanted to see him face off against like some big time people for that title, and the only like really big names that he fought during his championship reign was Randy Orton.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Cody Rhodes for that like 1v1 fight, but he lost. So you know.
Yeah, that was up for the title, right? So like, I don't count that. His feud with Damian Priest was decent, but Damian Priest is still trying to find his way in the main event scene too. So like, Randy Orton's like the only established like world champion.
I
that
think
he
they were
fought
gonna give
that,
him
like-
AJ too, probably if he didn't get injured.
Yeah,
I
it
would
looked like
assume,
it looked
right?
like they were going to give him AJ. It looked like AJ was also going to be fighting Braun Breaker, but that didn't happen either. But like, meanwhile, the live events had him versus Ilya Dragunov, him versus CM Punk, him versus other like
CM Punk
other
wrestles?
arenas that-
What are you talking about?
He does, and like
In his shower
I-
attire?
No, Derek is right, and I honestly, well, he thought about it, but I didn't think about it that hard. But now, if you're really looking at it, like Jay would have been perfect, like in his meteor run. If they didn't fight in Saturday Night's main event, I think that wouldn't have brought us to the situation now. But it just feels like we've seen this match too many times. There's nothing to entertain us, nothing to make it different.
Yeah.
Gunther, still not. I mean, not established in that way. Whereas like a Cody Rhodes or a Roman Reigns that are well known.
Because, yeah,
you know
because
what I
he
mean?
wasn't giving people, like Derek said, like you need to beat somebody and be dominant. If you had a John Cena, like the way Solo got John Cena a couple of WrestleManias ago, if that was Gunther, it would have been major for him just to say, I beat John Cena in the ring, clean or whatever. Also, yeah, I think that they should have let Jay beat him on like a Monday Night Raw and a no title match or something, or do something screwy like that to be like, hey, I got your number now. Because all Jay's been saying is, I'll get you, but you haven't proved it, you haven't done anything, and like again, this would have benefited from fucking Imperium still being together, and then you could bring fucking Jimmy in to help Jay. It would have made more sense, but
It would have made more sense.
I mean, Ludwig's doing his thing on his own, which is fine, but I think that
Does he,
would.
though? Does he have a match at WrestleMania?
Oh, he doesn't.
No,
but
he
like
doesn't.
he was
doesn't.
banging
But
out matches.
He was feuding with Penta, and again, like even like a Ludwig versus Jay match would have done something.
100%,
but, like,
bro.
Ludwig, I guess, has been doing his own thing, and he hasn't really even been shown on screen with Gunther anyway. So like,
Yeah.
I guess I get it. But yeah, well, like the problem too is that like let's just say, and we'll argue for argumentative sake that like you book Jay with people on Raw to kind of build him up. How many world champions are on Raw right now?
Boyaka
Seth.
619 Rey Mysterio, Seth motherfucking Rollins. We got AJ Styles.
CM Punk, technically.
Big E somewhere there. He can
Bro,
show
he
up. If
can't
he really
wrestle.
Wants to.
Sheamus.
He said who's on Raw. He didn't say
Sheamus
if he
is sitting
can
there
wrestle or not.
somewhere.
So there are people now. Out of those same people, how many of them are
Finn Balor.
realistically in a position where they can offer a loss up to Jay going into the build for WrestleMania? Right.
think
So
Triple
once
H
you
should've
do
done it.
that, Seth Rollins can't do it.
Yeah,
CM
so-
Punk can't do it. Finn maybe, but like I'd rather kind of like at least like give me some hope that Finn might win the Fatal 4-Way, even though I don't think he's going to. You know what I mean? So then AJ Styles has his match going away with Logan Paul. He has a separate storyline going on. So when you take all those guys away, the only people you really have are like what Sheamus, who hasn't been seen at all. So it's kind of hard. Whereas like on SmackDown, you have Drew, you have Cody, you have Cena, which again, like I said before, if you gave me a tag team match with Cena, Gunther versus Cody and Jey Uso, and like Cena eats the pin against Jey Uso to at least give me like, oh, like he just beat a 16-time world champion. Shit, you know what I mean?
I was gonna
like,
say they could do Cody, but
Actually,
I guess they couldn't. I mean,
That could have been what Matt said earlier. Jay could have pinned Gunther right there in the tag team match, and they'd be like,
like
we got something here.
You know what I mean? Like that. And honestly, Gunther could have ate that pin, and that would have given me like, oh, this could happen,
You
and
know
then
what I mean?
Gunther could kill them at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Something.
But,
You
like,
need to be like, yeah, I have the upper hand, or like, I'm getting close to beating you. You can't just
Yeah.
tell me that. I need to
Yeah.
see it.
And I hate doing this because I don't want to act like I know how to book things better than
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
guys who are gonna pay to book things. But like I
Xander.
work a 12-hour shift and I'm here to talk shit. So I'm gonna talk my shit because I can't
Struggle?
always. I didn't hear
Oh,
anything with this.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't hear it either.
Oh, it's
Oh, yeah,
Jello.
the
All right.
notification up? I have it on my end because I have OBS open. Oh, I don't even
Yeah.
need it anymore.
Oh, I don't know why mine's not showing up. Thank you, Jello. 22 months.
Oh, I still with the prime.
Appreciate you with the prime. Everybody's in here for that WrestleMania hype. Shout out to
What?
John Tavares. Oh, there
Oh,
it
John
is.
Tavares.
Yeah. Either way.
What?
Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah. That's it is what it is. Again, it's not gonna stop me from watching WrestleMania. I'm still gonna watch it on Netflix that I am paying for. So WWE is doing what they need to do. I'm paying for Netflix so I can watch this content, and I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna be excited, and I'm gonna be sober because
Watching
I'm
the Leafs
driving.
game. I mean,
Okay. One final question. If
Yes.
if Jay loses, do they just have to bring the Usos tag team back and just dead it? Because last
probably.
year's Mania match between the brothers, mind you, it might have been due to weather. I thought was ass. So
It was
it's really bad.
If we're being a dead ass, I didn't want it to be ass, but it was.
oh,
ass.
100%. Nobody did.
I
Like
think part of the problem was that their time got cut, so I guess they didn't really. But even still, like, okay, your time got cut. Like, I didn't need to see a super kick fest. You know what I mean?
also,
Like, I
you've
get
been
it.
wrestling
All you.
against each other and with each other for.
Since you were kids.
You should know how to. You know what I mean?
On the
Like, you know
couch.
how to do something, bro.
You know?
Come
I
on.
could put a better match out there.
Anything. Mind you, though, I love them, so I really hope that they have success and maybe go back to the tag team division. I don't know what leads forward, but I don't know if this whole solo thing is going to be able to be redeemed after this. Like, sure, you have the eating, but, like, what else do you have? Gunther's kind of right.
No, they have to give him the W. But again, someone else has to come back and just absolutely destroy Jay.
Well,
like,
I think
sorry,
that if Jay wins, like, the first feud that would make sense would be Sammy, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be dope. I'd even still give him Sammy. But Sammy hasn't been around since the Kevin Owens match, and I don't.
Now it's not gonna make sense.
And no, but when Jey Uso aligns with The Rock and Travis Scott, then he can become a heel and he can face Sami Zayn for the belt.
Yeah,
Could be the only thing that saves him, actually.
or something. But you know, that's
Or something.
Like, okay, that's the Jey Uso stuff. Is there anything else from Raw we need to talk about? Do we want to talk about the main event stuff and how good it is, or do we have we already talked about it
Let's
enough?
just crack into the
Kinda
Mania.
talk
Let's
about
just go top to bottom because we're going to get confused here.
I don't know what's here. I don't know what's happening. Also, night 1 and night 2 has been confirmed, right? So
Yeah.
I haven't seen it because I don't know if I want to be spoiled or not, but we might as well. We're already here.
Sorry, it's everything but the Randy Orton match.
Yeah, because that
Pretty sure.
hasn't been technically confirmed yet, but everything is pretty much like there, and they have done night 1 and night 2. Do I remember it offhand?
I have it
You
up.
guys are not ready for Undertaker to come out, choke slam him once, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no.
And they're like, he's done it again.
Please
Yeah.
just stay
I remember
retired,
I
bro.
talked to Albert and said, like, straight up, like, night 1 is the better night. Like, night 2, there isn't really. Like, night 2 has the Triple Threat Women's World Title match and the Cody Rhodes John Cena match.
I don't think you're right, bro. I'm looking at it right
I
now.
I haven't seen the list. Let's put on the list and let's determine, bro.
Okay, we're not gonna.
I wanna know.
We don't have to predict. Let's just talk about the build up and you know how this match is gonna play out for all the. Anyways, I just don't want to spoil it. The first
10-minute match.
there's okay. I don't know if this is in order, but we'll just go from what Wikipedia says. The first match of goddamn WrestleMania has to have the fucking War Raiders just to ruin my night. So it's the War Raiders versus the New Day for the tag team belts. Pretty shit build up. This is all
Pretty
dependent on the New Day, to be honest. I hope they win, or I hope Big E comes out and shits on them. But yeah, sorry.
Pretty
Go on,
mid
Eric.
still. Filler.
Yeah, I mean, so the build hasn't been great. I guess they were hoping that with the War Raiders winning the tag team championships, they'd be kind of back into the swing of things, but they haven't really been booked consistently. And you know, it is what it is. The New Day, I've been invested in the New Day since they turned heel, but admittedly, the run as heels since they turned up Big E has been crap because they've just been like feuding with Rey Mysterio for like months, and then all of a
Okay.
sudden they got a tag team title match.
The absolute
and
death of your feud comes at Rey Mysterio's hands. Anyways, go
So
on.
I'm happy that we're here, but getting here, we didn't really do much to get here. But they got the match. They're finally booked on WrestleMania. I think they deserve it. I think that they are trying to really make this heel run big, and if they do win the World Championship or the World Tag Team titles, you would hope that like it'll kind of spar on a lot more cool tag team storylines in the future.
I fuck with the vision, bro. I hope this is the actual like starting point of the heel run, because it feels like we've just gotten backstage segments where they're cooking,
Yeah,
but it's like you're not cooking anyone. So like,
yeah.
give
Like,
them the
I
belts
need
and let them go
Commercial
with it.
breaks, of course.
Of course.
Like, and I know that they can do more on screen with the mic, cooking, and like kind of making matches bigger into bigger things. But either way, I need the New Day to win this one. Like the War Raiders title run has been pretty dog water, and which sucks because like I know the War Raiders are cool and stuff like that, but like I don't care. I don't care for them.
Doesn't stick, bro.
Honestly.
If it was something along the lines of the way they're building the SmackDown division, then I would be hyped. Like DIY, I know they're pretty good, but like this, whatever, the build up for their shit has been way better. Street Profits I already love.
SmackDown, bro. SmackDown, they took
I
their
know.
time.
Pretty Deadly.
They
They were
did,
kind of
but-
like a whatever team, bro. There's so
Yeah.
much depth to them now because of the thing they had with DIY. Motor City Machine Guns came in straight away, boom, amazing. I love them. Like War Raiders, what do? You've cut one promo and fucking Chad Gable.
Release them, bro. It's a Viking experience, dude.
I
But
want to
anyway, my
like them.
prediction is gonna be okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think you guys already
Even-
know what the prediction's gonna be from us, but hey.
Even with the SmackDown side, like as much as they've done a really good job with the tag teams, like I feel like every tag team has a case to be in this match coming Friday. I just kind of thought that they
Friday?
were. Yeah, they're fighting on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday.
SmackDown.
Come Friday, yes, come Friday. But I honestly, it looked like they were building towards it being like a five, like you know, all teams getting involved at the same time and maybe doing like a gauntlet match
Run the
or
ladder
like,
match, bro.
something.
Fuck it.
you know what I mean? Like, so the fact that we kind of just got like, oh, it's just gonna be the Motor City Machine Guns versus like the Street Profits is kind of meh, like, because I kind of wanted all the tag teams to be involved. But I mean, whatever. Like, it is what it is. Like, this will still be a really good match. But
what
they
C-Line
have been
said too.
doing well in regards to kind of like making all these tag teams feel
Different.
like they could be the next tag team to face. You know what I mean? Like, I can see a world where like the Pretty Deadly faces the Street Profits. I can see a world where DIY faces them. I can see a world where Los Garza does it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like all
bro.
these tag teams kind of have a legitimate case with how they've been booked. Whereas on the Raw side, it's like it's really just been the New Day.
Booyaka.
It's also started
Yeah.
stop on the Raw, where I feel like SmackDown every week we're getting a new update on the tag teams, whether it be one team
Yeah.
or the other.
Yeah.
Where Raw, it feels like they've had to like poach some of the tag teams to go fill in and fight Jey Uso, or go and fill in and fight somebody else like Gunther and get their ass beat.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
they need more
body.
people on Raw or something. Anyways,
I honestly think
yeah.
that a bunch of tag teams are gonna make the jump to Raw once the draft happens. So
I hope so. Or
Including our
make a couple new ones, bro. Fuck it. And the other thing too is, now I'm thinking about it, the whole Grayson Waller and Austin Theory thing. Austin Theory started getting a little bit of like hype behind him. I don't know why they didn't pull the trigger on splitting them up and having a match at WrestleMania instead of having fucking Rey Mysterio fight goddamn American
No,
Rey
no, it's
Mysterio.
fantastic.
No, it's not,
Americano.
bro. Just
El Americano.
retire, Ray. You're
Buddy,
already a Hall of Famer.
Did you see the crowds, bro? The crowds are cracked.
Yeah, but
see
I,
the
it's
signs?
so funny. It's working. Like
Ah.
it's actually weirdly working, and I didn't think it was gonna work. I thought it was a stupid, dumb gimmick, but like.
Oh no, it's Chad Gable makes everything.
Look,
I mean,
Gino.
El Grande
Like,
Americano
Chad
makes
Gable's-
everything
Chad
work.
Gable's making it work. Yeah, like he's like they make it work somehow, and like even though like again like it's not like a match I'm like, oh my god, I need to see this match. It's still they've done a pretty decent job of kind of just doing this whole thing and like bringing it all together. And considering that we thought that the end result was either going to be either Ray Phoenix or Aleister Black being involved in this, and all we got was El Grande Americano, who's great. It's like it's worked.
It's a classic like wrestling little gimmick that
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
in the middle, like the Hurricane or like the Boogeyman or something.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't work, but like it's
everybody
great.
knows. Like we all know who's under the mask, and yet the fact that we've been getting
It's just
these,
memes
like,
everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah,
We love-
it's just like, wait, do we actually know? Like, are we gonna get swerved? Like, it's like no, like we're not gonna get swerved, but it's still great. It's still great. Like, it's still funny. Like, it still works somehow.
Well, it's all, yeah. Also, you need a little bit of that in some feuds because every feud is usually the same. Like we said, bro, somebody was like running it down. It's like you got the fucking Paul Heyman fucking signing his life away, and then you have Rox signing his fucking life away. It's all the same shit.
Yeah.
Now we need some
It's
nice
funny,
funny and
too.
stuff, you know.
Because this storyline has been plucked literally out of SmackDown vs. Raw video game, and someone mentioned it. I was like, oh crap, this is the exact same storyline. But I think it was SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. Rey Mysterio has a story where he's facing Jack Swagger, and Jack Swagger gets a mask and is like claiming that he's like this American luchador kind of thing, and it's like it's clearly Jack Swagger, but like it was like this whole feud thing where it was like trying to like figure out who's under the mask kind of thing. And like they're doing the exact same thing, and like it's funny. Like they just like took a storyline from a video game and made it into a real life thing.
Hey,
And it works. Again, people had signs and everything in the crowd about it, so I'm like, it's funny, it's cool. But anyways, Matt,
yeah,
continue with the list.
Yeah, continue with the list. Continue with the list.
next we have Jade versus Naomi, which I think is gonna be an absolute. Well, I don't know
I
if
think
the
it's gonna be
match
good.
is gonna be a banger, but the whole setup has been a banger. I like
The
it.
setup's been great.
Naomi is
I'm
killing
so-
it, bro. She's so good.
I'm
Big
honestly
Jim's-
so happy
what?
that one of the better builds to WrestleMania was a women's match, and I'm gonna pull the card. The fact that it's two black women that are like wrestling on a card, and they made this feud. Like I did not want Jade versus Naomi. I wanted Jade versus Bianca, but Naomi has made this into a bigger thing. And I'm happy because one, Naomi as a heel, I love it. When she's done heel work, and she's barely done heel work, but whatever she's done, and she's made it big. And this is like the first major singles match that Jade Cargill has at WrestleMania too.
Mhm.
So it's a huge, like like if they do well, it's gonna do wonders for Jade, and it's gonna solidify Naomi as a heel. But I think she's been doing great
An
work already.
all-timer
so,
too,
like,
bro. You see why they gave her the SmackDown Women's Championship all those years back. Just her
absolutely,
changing
absolutely.
on a dime, bro. The segments that she had with Bianca, and then the or I guess the pre-recorded stuff, all very
Yeah.
gripping. The acting is amazing. She seems
She's
like
good.
sadistic at this point. Some like Randy
She's
Orton
good.
shit, bro. It's amazing.
And it's like again, like this was kind of like how she was in TNA. Like they gave her an opportunity to really just show more of her character as opposed to just kind of being like the hype girl. And now they're giving her that opportunity again in WWE, and I love it. Like she's running with it right now. So, honestly, this is like this match is a lot for me just because like I'm happy that they said like yeah, you know me, like. This is a spot that's deserved. Like they
100%.
both deserve the spot.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't feel like it was just thrown on the card. Like this was something that was built well.
Yeah, it's good
For a while.
storytelling too. Like a whole
Sorry,
year
Toronto,
almost.
live.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And yeah, the events leading up to it. Again, if they if they took Jade off TV to help her get better in the ring, then I'm all for that. And it worked for the storyline, so I'm excited to see how she is in the ring. Naomi can carry a match if she needs to, so it's all good. I'm excited. This is one that I've already got marked down. You guys know that. One that I don't have marked down is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. No, I'm kidding.
It's also night one.
Yeah, apparently.
It's all night one as you listen, right?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
tell you. Well, you'll know when we're done. The main event is a triple threat. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Build up has kind of been mid. It feels like it should be Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman, but I haven't really been paying attention because I fell off the LA Knight train a long time ago. So,
It's pretty good. They've been showcasing it a lot every week. Pretty much what's been happening is that they've had a lot of contenders going around, Jacob Fatu teasing the whole solo breakup or whatever, and just straight up saying like, "Don't get in my way again, or I'm gonna knock both of you guys out," which is pretty cool. Solo actually defending himself. He's like, "Watch your tone, how you speak with me." It's the first time he's put authority since his tribal chief days. So I think that was pretty cool. Then they mixed it with Braun Strowman, which were amazing matches. Like a match with like Braun Strowman versus Bronson Reed, how kind of like solidified their characters is what they were doing now. and then LA Knight's been in the mix, and I think he's been good because obviously his promos have been pretty lit to try to mix in like the group because Tamatanga is always in the background. He's like, nah. So like he mocked him, someone else mocked him. It was hilarious. But just to mix them all together and finally have this match, I feel like it's just about time to put Solo to put Jacob Fatu either to the moon or push this breakup with Solo once and for all. And LA Knight's just like the one in the middle. And though because he has a huge popularity behind him, I feel like people will follow him. But he's just like the third party in this story.
It's
I guess.
kind of okay. That makes sense. I was gonna ask you guys if you thought it would have been better if they just went with Jacob versus Solo, or have Solo face LA Knight and Solo win, and then they fight for the belt later. Do they even need it? Like, I feel like this match should have been a different. I don't know. It should have a different contestant in it, and Jacob and Solo should have had a match on the side. But
I think it would have been Jimmy, as Derek was saying earlier. Jimmy should have had a match or deserved this opportunity to have both brothers have like a big moment, or like kind of like how Sammy and Kevin had last year, where like go get him, champ, and the next guy afterwards like go get him, champ. It would have been pretty cool. So my prediction is
Derek, any thoughts?
Yeah, so I think Solo, with the work that he's done over the past year, deserves to be on the card. And we'll get into the great and solid about that later. But I'm not mad at this match. I think that Jacob Fatu has already shown that he's arrived and like he deserves to have that singles run. And LA Knight is over, so I guess like putting the two together, like it's going to be a good match. But it just, again, it's one of those things where like they were pushing towards the storyline of the breakup within the new bloodline, and all of a sudden it just kind of shifted towards like Jacob is going to face LA Knight for the United States Championship. So it kind of feels like we kind of jumped ship to a different thing altogether. But I'm not mad at this match. I think it'll be a good one.
I feel like the whole match for the Ulafala was basically is falling on deaf ears now, or whatever the fucking saying is. I really think that Solo's been done dirty. Even when he was in the bloodline, he should have been speaking the whole time because he's phenomenal on the except when he says fuck whatever in the middle of the thing. But he's amazing on the mic and he's really good in the ring. So I feel like it's been an injustice to him, and now he's gonna get overshadowed by Jacob Fatu, which he could have been the original one before Jacob even showed up. But that's neither here nor there. Next match is Tiffany versus Charlotte. I'm not excited to watch the match at all, but the build-up was controversial, to say the least. I don't know if you guys have any other thoughts.
Eric, you want to go first, or?
You go first. I think I don't know. I feel like the last couple weeks we've said a lot of the same thing, and I thought like it was just getting very intriguing and interesting with their promos, but at the same time it's just kind of like they're trying to do what they can. Everyone thought it was more of a dream match, but
yeah, it kind of went in a different direction than what I anticipated it was going to go. And I have sung Charlotte's praises, as you guys know. I've been getting roasted for it. Should be. And I think the match is still going to be a good match, but I just feel like it's just been a very weird path to where we got. And I don't know, I feel like the whole idea of it kind of being like, oh, like people compare us to each other. I was like, I don't think there's ever been a point in time where I thought that Charlotte or like Tiffany Stratton was like the new Charlotte. Like Tiffany's a whole different character altogether. Like the only comparison is that like they're blondes who do moonsaults.
Facts, bro. Say it
like,
again for the man's in the back, bro. Please.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Tiffany Stratton is trying to do her own trajectory, like, and I'm kind of tired of seeing like the whole like storyline of like, Charlotte has proven herself and now that all these people are trying to take her spot and whatever. Like I've seen that numerous times before, and it was kind of like the same thing when John Cena was on the top, where it was just like, oh, we all want John Cena's spot. It's just kind of like, all right, cool, but give me something different. And I guess we got something different with like the real life issues with them behind the scenes, but I felt like it didn't do what it needed to do to make me really hyped for this match. It was uncomfortable at times, as I mentioned with Eric before. But we're here now, and I don't know. Honestly, for me, like, I don't really know the direction and where they're gonna take this. Um, I don't really know if I truly care where it goes with who wins. Um, just because, like, I don't know, I feel like the build towards it has been kind of weird, and it's weird because it was like such an anticipated match, like even before the Royal Rumble was a thing. Like everyone was just like, "Oh, Tiffany versus Charlotte," like yeah, like this is gonna be a huge match, and now it's just kind of like,
You know what's funny, bro?
Yeah.
Both the Royal Rumble winners this year are just getting absolutely toasted, bro, by everybody. I
I
don't
guess
know.
like
Yeah.
the Shinsuke effect again. Shinsuke and Asuka when they won. I mean,
Yeah.
Asuka, like people, she had that hype behind, but like, Shinsuke just got buried and it was done. It was over.
Just
So,
remember,
Oscar got buried too, bro.
just remember to everyone that was complaining that CM Punk didn't win, you got your wish, all right? He ended up winning in the end because he's the reason that all these matches suck, all right? Him. But we'll get into my hate about him later.
We get into it every week, but continue.
It's gonna continue until he shows me something different, all right? He damn botched the GTS, bro, in his fucking WrestleMania match against Undertaker. I seen it live, all right? And he was young then. He was young. Next match. To more mediocreness is Gunther versus Jey Uso. We basically discussed this, so I think we're just gonna pass it because we have another big match to go on to. Is Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins with that old guy and Paul Heyman. Banger. The promos have been bangers. Whatever. Again, I think we're all in agreement that Seth Rollins probably is the one that needs to benefit the most out of this. I'm more intrigued with this character than I have been in a year or so.
Very long time.
A very long
A
time.
very long time.
Like before he started dressing weird, I was bored with him. He started dressing weird. I was like, all right, this kind of lit. Big red boots, you know. He's kind of funny. And then he fucking stretched that shit out for another 2.5 years of him just laughing and doing whatever nonsense.
became too stale too long.
And now he's
His
back to
tolerance
that
is very
serious shit. He's defending the WWE from that fucking poser CM Punk, and I'm all for it, bro. I believe in him.
Good
Anyways,
God.
that's it. Roman Reigns is also there.
Um,
He's amazing.
I think it's gonna be cool because they're gonna continue a story. I feel like they're planning something
Finish the story?
specifically, and that's why it's gonna end the night. They didn't do it in the middle of the day because they know like this would have been like impactful.
Sorry, before I let you talk, Derek, because you know I love talking. Roman Reigns, apparently, I don't know if it's kayfabe or shoot. Again, we can get in the sheets with this, but he's complaining that he's the man and he should be there all the time. I'm all for that. Roman Reigns looks the best he's looked in forever. He's fucking shredded, and I know he's gonna put on a good match with these three. And then yeah, bro, CM Punk. He got his main event match. I don't know if he really needed to be in there. He probably could have had a feud with somebody else by himself, but you know, man can't wrestle, so he needs a triple threat. It should have been Roman versus Seth, but you know, they're doing something with Paulie, so I fuck with it. It's gonna be a really good match, probably top 3 of the whole weekend. And people are saying, you know, Paulie might side with somebody. Who knows? Seth might be a part of Rock's fucking faction, so who knows? Everyone's still going on with these hyper fucking tinfoil hat predictions. So, like Eric said, it's ending the night. So hopefully something crazy happens. We'll see. Either way, great match.
I do.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Oh, okay.
No, well, I think the build's been great. They've proven that they deserve to close out the show, and like Seth Rollins again, his promo work over the last few weeks has been like I think head and shoulders better than anything that I've seen him do in the last little while. And it's intriguing because there is obviously history with all 3 of them. Again, I was very much the person that wanted to see Roman versus Seth, and just kind of like do that and kind of like, you know, add like a little another layer to the story.
Oh my god. Nobody saw that.
I don't.
My work's just popping shit up.
I had a Punk to the situation I felt like was a little bit forced, but I like what he's added to the whole dynamic as well, especially with the whole Paul Heyman dynamic. And I'm in agreement. Like I think something big's gonna happen at the end of this match too, and I don't know what it is. And like I think that's what makes it so intriguing because I'm very much in a position where I think every superstar, like when I said that the Jey Uso and Gunther thing was like a lose-lose situation, this to me feels like a win-win-win situation. Like every superstar has a like something to gain from winning this match, and it could just lead to like a lot more stories being told for like later and after WrestleMania. So I'm very invested in this match, and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Well said. All right, night 2. Apparently, it's starting off with Liv and Raquel versus Bailey and Lyra. Should be a banger of a match. Build-up's kind of been weak. We heard
Build up, I think it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah.
now.
there's been rumors of Lyra that was gonna tag with Becky, or she was gonna tag with somebody else. I feel like it should have been another women's tag team that was in the gauntlet. That's actually a tag team that they could have built, but for some reason they didn't want to pull the trigger on Bailey versus Lyra for the Intercontinental belt on WrestleMania.
Gonna push it, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, it feels kind of like it was supposed to be for Becky, and then Becky didn't show up, so
Yeah.
they're like, okay, swerve.
Even the women's United States title not being shown on the card is kind of upsetting. Like, why'd you bring the belts in if you're just gonna not put them on? And just extend the damn WrestleMania, make the matches 10 minutes. Because Chelsea Green's been doing a good job with that belt. Lyra's been putting on fucking banger of matches. Her whole character and promo work we make fun of, but I mean she's decent. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna predict it, but I can see what I have the vision in my head on what's gonna happen after this, with all these members. So, yeah, whatever. You need some matches like this, but I think they could have changed it.
Again, another one that just pieced together, I feel.
Maybe that's why everyone is complaining. Derek probably doesn't have nothing to say because, it's the same shit basically. Bailey and Bailey and Lyra are good wrestlers. Liv and Raquel are great wrestlers. Sure.
I think that Liv deserved more with everything that she's done over the past year, but and I think this is just kind of like a reason to put her on the card. And the way this was kind of thrown together was kind of weird, but we're here now, and it'll be a match, I guess. So we'll see what happens.
Then we have AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul needs his match every year. Build, I haven't really been watching. I skip all the Logan Paul segments, but I did see his new finisher, and I'm fucking geeked on it.
His finisher is great.
The build-up is not.
we can't hype him up too much. Like, he's just he's good at what he does, but he's also a fucking dick. So fuck him. But hey, at least he has a finisher now, and he's not just punching people. He has a finisher and a signature, so that's cool. AJ Styles lit. Not mad at it. Should be a good match. AJ Styles still can go. And, yeah. Move on.
Pretty much the summary. Yeah, move on.
All right, to the bangers. Now we're getting to the fucking bangers, all right? We got the Fatal 4-Way match for the Intercontinental Championship between Braun Breaker, Zero Miedo, Finn Balor, and Dominic Guerrero. The build-up...
Honestly, probably going to be
so.
one of the... I don't know, personally, one of my favorites out of all of them. Like, out of the WrestleMania matches, I feel like that's one of the only ones that I was going to enjoy.
Me too.
Put together because all those guys deserved it. All the stories have been tied together for months, and they're probably going to pull the trigger on one of the Judgment Day members losing. Penta is a crazy freaking superstar that AEW fumbled hard on.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
Phoenix, huge with the crowd, with the fans, merch sales, just TV viewership, entertainment, just all of it's the entire package. And then Braun Breaker is just literally like the prototype for something so much bigger, right? So just having all four of them together, it's just a match that makes sense compared to the other ones, which feel like they put together.
Shout out to Braun. He's been doing wonders with the Intercontinental Championship. Seems like a fighting champion, just like Lyra. Like Intercontinental, you know what I'm saying? They're doing their thing. Hopefully, I'm excited to see what happens to all these people coming out of the match. Where other matches, I don't really care. Like Eric
Exactly.
said, there's a lot of storylines that are tied together. I think the only one that, out of this match, you probably don't know what's going to happen is Braun Breaker, but you can put him against anyone, he's going to do good, so it doesn't really matter. Have him fucking feud with Carlito, put him in his retirement match, it'll be great. The last couple of years, I think we had the Gunter Sheamus Drew match, I think. Yeah, that was that one, where it was kind of the stealing the show type match, where this, I feel, is going to be the same. I don't really remember what last year's was. I mean, because, of course, you had the main event, but it's going to be an absolute banger. I can't wait. And also, I'm not mad if any of these guys win.
Yeah, this is another one of those situations where I think that no matter who wins, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I think that I'm glad that Finn Balor's in more or less more important match. I'm glad that Dom's in here, and Penta's been killing it since he's been on the main roster as well too. And Braun Breaker has been killing it, but also I feel like he needs to do more with the Intercontinental Championship. So, here we are. It's gonna be a good match, though. It's gonna be fun.
Next one, Damian versus Drew in a Sin City street fight. I would say this is a lukewarm build. I don't mind it. I can see where they're going with it because Drew has been screwed by Damian multiple times. I'm just not that excited. I don't know. Drew getting glass in his eye kind of put the stakes up a little higher. I don't know if that's real or kayfabe, but it needed to be a street fight. Damian's good at hardcore matches, as we've seen before, and Drew always is good in the ring and stuff, but again, Drew should be doing way more than this. I don't really know. Actually, both of them should be, to be quite honest.
These are two main eventers that we should have been talking about before, where Jey Uso could have fought him and taken him on. I feel like they both needed a story. The story makes sense. They got put together. They've been trying to build it, and honestly, I give them credit for at least they perform a lot on television. It's just like one of those where okay.
The stakes aren't that high, but it's kind of, it's a typical, you threw me out of the Royal Rumble. But there's more to this, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be a great match. I'm not going to complain too much. They did their thing. It's just,
pieced together.
Yeah, they've built it for a bit, but it's just, there's not a lot of stakes to it. I don't know. I don't know why that is, but in my head, I'm just like,
This was a match where I think I told Eric. I know I told Albert, but I said this is gonna be one of those matches where I know I'm gonna be on my phone while the match is going on, and I'm only gonna be looking for the big spots.
Yeah.
And then they made it a street fight, and now I'm like, now there's gonna be more spots I'm gonna look up from when I'm looking at my phone.
Honestly, that's a good summary right there.
It really is. I know there are gonna be matches where I'm gonna put my phone down. I'm probably gonna be standing up the entire time watching the entire thing, and there are gonna be matches where I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm into it, but also. Let's see what people are saying on my,
let's see what match I can spoil for everyone in the room.
So I'm definitely watching at least Gage, right? Yeah.
Let me see what match I can fucking spoil for everyone.
Now that I think of it, yeah, I'm not gonna be watching any of these matches. I'm so sorry.
Bro, the Leafs are gonna be down 5-1 to the Ottawa in the first period. No, you don't have to worry.
We're gonna be like, oh, and you're like, what happened? What spot happened? And you're like, oh no, it's the Leafs.
Jesus Christ.
Brother, if Ottawa is doing it square, I might have to drive down to Ottawa just to get the shawarma and watch it in the square, bro.
Bro,
you
probably have to drive there, yeah, because the tickets will actually be priced decently, and you can use your triangle reward points.
Oh,
I'm kidding, I don't know. Next match, we have two more. Or sorry,
okay.
I guess we could just throw in the Randy match. What are your predictions? Who do you think he's fighting?
Solo.
Yeah. So my prediction is that he's gonna fight Solo. It's gonna be a squash match, and then I think Aleister Black is gonna come back early, and he's gonna show up at WrestleMania and kick Randy in the face.
That'd be sick.
Yeah,
I think that's what's happening.
I think because the way that they're not showing that he has a match, I feel like there's gonna be a big moment that happens. But it would be unfair for Aleister Black to get a WrestleMania spot and not Solo with everything that he's done this year. So I think Solo's gonna get a match. I think he's gonna get squashed, but he's at least gonna be there. But then I think something big's gonna happen after the match, it's weird.
I think Matt mentioned it before, but I was gonna say I think Randy was promised this win, I guess, in a way. Like he's supposed to win. You mentioned it
Yeah,
before.
yeah. Like it sucks because honestly, the Randy and Kevin Owens build was one of the better builds
Oh,
going
yeah.
into WrestleMania. They had a build that was going on for months, and the payoff was gonna happen at WrestleMania, and then this happened. And it sucks, and I hate the fact that Kevin Owens is going to be a part of it, and the likelihood that he might not be part of next year's WrestleMania. Although,
Sucks, bro.
a little bit of the sheets, I don't know if you saw, but Randy did talk about how he did give Kevin Owens advice about it and told him like talk to my surgeon, see if you get a second opinion, and see what could go on. And you know, again, like I think Kevin Owens is like you could say he's a very well respected man in the company, and obviously this isn't ideal. Anybody who gets injured with this type of injury, like you can't like hate on it. So you hope that he is able to come back sooner rather than later. But yeah, like this was a better build. And it sucks that we didn't get to see the payout because I really wanted to see that punt kick. We might still get a punt. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it sucks. But I think that we're probably gonna get something relatively big. But it's interesting to me because I think a lot of people are really hoping and thinking that Backlash is in St. Louis, whereas it's Randy's hometown, and they're thinking that we're gonna get Cena versus Randy at thing. But if Aleister Black gets involved, it kind of changes things, right? So we'll see what happens.
Well, officially in the sheets, the only two people that are officially booked for Backlash are Randy and John. So they're already confirmed on the card no matter what. Like Naomi says, Kevin Owens, please proceed with caution. Don't come back too early because it would be a damn shame if you had to leave again because of another injury. KO Mania runs wild every year, and we're going to miss it fondly. Hopefully you get well soon. And where the hell is Sami Zayn at? Because that was another thing. Sami not being on Mania is weird. I don't know how they wrote him off. Maybe I missed it, but
we saw it live.
I mean, I
He's getting my
guess.
John Cena gear.
Yeah, exactly. I was freezing and catching the flu, bro. I would love to see Aleister Black back in the company, but I don't think it'll be as big of a pop. I guess WrestleMania crowd is kind of more of the nerds, but
Nerds.
A lot of nerds, a lot of Europeans. They're gonna pop
yeah.
for sure.
Okay, so then yeah, I could see it not being a squash match. I could see Jacob Fatu getting involved because I feel like Solo's gonna get involved in Jacob Fatu's match and ruin it for him. So slight prediction there. I think that'll have something to do with it. I would love to see Bronson Reed because that's my fucking guy. But if he's injured again, like Naomi says, please proceed with caution and don't come back too early. And yeah, fuck it, give me Nick Aldis, bro. Throw him in the match. You think he's just gonna let that
wouldn't
RKO?
mind.
They teased it. They teased it a little bit on SmackDown.
Yeah,
I think it was a
I wouldn't
swerve.
mind Nick Aldis. I think it was a swerve too. But like I don't know how many people in WWE remember that Nick Aldis used to be that guy, especially in TNA. So like it'd be cool if it was Nick. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
To be honest, I wanted it to happen at Survivor Series. Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce, bro. Fucking run it, bro. They're both wrestlers.
They're both wrestlers.
Have them fight for their brand, bro. I'd be so geeked for that match. I don't know why, because I've never seen either of them wrestle, but they're good at promos and they're good at being general managers. So just fucking run it, bro. But that's for another day. Yeah. Okay. So just to summarize, how are you guys feeling about WrestleMania? Are you excited, or are you guys being very negative Nancy's like everyone on the IWC right now?
I'm always excited for WrestleMania. I'm always excited.
Literally
for
what
WrestleMania.
Derek just said. I'm always excited for WrestleMania. It's just one of those where it's just like, I mean, I watched a lot of like PG, like trash Vince WrestleManias. And there was a lot of like shit WrestleManias, and I still watched it because of what it was, right? It's that spectacle. It's kind of like watching the Super Bowl and not caring about the two teams there. You still watch it anyways, right?
Yeah.
It's just something to put together. It's like you already know the Leafs are gonna get eliminated, but I'm still there first round every single time,
All right, we're
It's
gonna have
just
to cut
something
you
that-
off with the Leafs talk, right? I'm sorry. the
just-
viewers
it's
are
just-
leaving, bro.
It's just you need to see it. I don't think it's bad. I think the matches are actually going to outperform the build-ups for sure. And I feel like
I think so.
a lot of the stuff that it's been like that is just designed for it. Because most likely a match like John Cena and Cody
Oh yeah,
Rhodes
I
has all
forgot
the
we didn't
surprises
speak
and
about
stuff.
that match. We still had 2 more matches. I'm so sorry. I'm exhausted, bro. I'm so sorry.
I'm tired too, so exhausted.
Io Sky.
We're putting it together.
Yeah, quickly. Io Sky, Bianca, Rhea Ripley, banger, build up. Should be a great
Banger.
match. That's all I have to say.
Banger. Banger. It's gonna be a banger. Yeah. Banger.
That's probably one of the best matches of WrestleMania.
Cody Rhodes versus John Cena is gonna be an absolute banger. The one thing about this year is a lot of we're doing predictions in our group for a trophy and a ring. Shout out Johnny. But there's a lot of matches where it could go either way, or any of the members in the match could win. I'm sure there's certain ones where it's more likely, but there's still a chance that somebody could win it that you don't know. So that's what I'm more excited for, to do my summary for WrestleMania. And again, yes, it's WrestleMania. And again, we spoke about this. Last year's WrestleMania was one of the greatest WrestleManias of all time. You gotta gauge your expectations, all right? This is the Netflix era, and we thought it was gonna be a little bit more hype, but we got The Rock, and we have John Cena turning fucking heel. So you don't need more than that, to be honest. I don't know if you want to speak anymore on the John Cena Cody Rhodes build up, since I know some people thought it was mediocre, but bro, it's John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Fire me up, bro. Put it in my fucking veins.
Fire me up.
I'm gonna compare it to, and I don't know if you guys remember the build up to The Rock and Hogan, but the Rock and Hogan build up wasn't that exciting either. Like, I think they only really announced that match like 3 or 2 weeks before WrestleMania. But
the man got ran over in an ambulance, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that happened.
He went an 18-wheeler, bro.
Yeah, that happened like 3 weeks before WrestleMania. Then he came back and was like, "Yo, I want to face you," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." But like, the names was bigger. That like you didn't really need to do much about it. As soon as you said Rock Hogan was gonna be on the card, people were like, "Yo, this is gonna be big." I think John Cena, Cody Rhodes is the same situation. Like, although the build-up hasn't been great, we haven't seen a lot of John. Cody Rhodes has been doing his like single promos, and he does his promos, and even though like I don't care for what he says, I thought the bringing out all the titles in history was a really cool thing that they did.
Something different.
It was something different, and honestly, like, I got what I wanted from John. I got fine speech John as a heel, and my God, it was great. So, again, like, I have my thoughts and my predictions as to who's going to win that match, but it's one of those, again, it's a match where it's like, I think I know who's going to win, but I'm praying that I'm wrong. You know what I mean? So,
facts, bro. There's so many different ways this could go, bro. It's great.
And that's the thing that makes it big. It's the fact that, like, do we know who's gonna win? Probably, but do we want to see, like, that was how I felt with Cody and Roman, both WrestleManias. Like, I felt like I knew who was gonna win, and I was very surprised when Roman won the first one. And we all knew Cody was gonna win the second one, but like I still was like,
they were throwing everything in there to make you maybe he wouldn't, maybe he wouldn't. So, you know?
I think this match is gonna be one of those. Like it's still main event caliber. We're still getting 2 generations facing off against each other, and I think the match, although the build hasn't been what people have wanted, it's still a huge match. Honestly, you just announced the match. I don't do shit. I'm still for it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I'm excited for that. It's like true main event match, and I'm happy that like John Cena is gonna be relegated to doing like a shitty match. Austin Theory. No disrespect to Austin Theory. Like the main event is where he belongs, and this is what I want to see, and I'm excited to see where to go. And again, seeing John as a heel. And like not like just like a straight up heel that like, yeah, what's this to me? I'm gonna do my shit. I'm gonna talk my shit, and whatever, you know what I mean? I love it. So.
I wonder if he's gonna change up his repertoire in the ring, but I don't think he will. It's kind of a different heel that we've ever seen, and he did say that he's not a heel, he's not a face, he's just doing what's best for him.
I think he's gonna be a swerve somewhere here. I think it's gonna end up being like a no DQ or like blood rules match all of a sudden. Because I don't think John Cena can do a full-on power match. I think there's gonna be a lot of like
of course, The Rock and Travis Scott are gonna be there with the fucking Sage, fam.
He's gonna be like no DQ, only for John Cena, and it's like the chairs and stuff. I think it'd be fantastic, bro.
Yeah, because
it's the Hollywood rules match.
Like we haven't seen this guy. Like that's what makes it intriguing. Like I don't like. I remember the last time I saw Cena working as a heel. but it was so long ago. He was still relatively green. Like he is a 20-year veteran in the business who is now doing something that he's not used to doing. Like the way that this match is going to be done, usually the heel carries the match. John Cena, for the first time in years, is going to be doing a lot more stuff that we're not seeing. We're seeing him getting beat up for 15 minutes and then doing Forms of Doom. Like, we're probably going to get, like, a more side, different side, where we're going to be probably doing a lot more stuff that we're not used to seeing. That intrigues me more than anything else.
And I just,
Right,
I
so-
want them, again, a lot of these matches feel like the start of the feud, bro. I want to see what happens after. I want to know what's going forward. It's not just like, this is the blow off the WrestleMania match. There's probably some of them, but a lot of them are like, I want to see what happens to the participants after the match. That's more important to me. I
Yeah.
want to see what this
Yeah.
builds going forward into the new year. Or
Yeah,
the new
so like that,
season. Yeah.
and a lot of matches are doing that. And
Mhm.
honestly, like, have you seen the stage yet? It looks fucking sick.
I have not, but I
I'm
heard
trying
it's
to avoid it.
massive, bro.
Yo, like, it looks really, really cool. So, like, again, like, again, everyone could complain about this, that, and the third. Y'all were with me in the trenches when I saw shit WrestleManias. Y'all were, but, like, the other people
Y'all
weren't.
weren't in the trenches, bro, when Kofi won in front of a fucking 800-foot screen, no stage, bro. I just seen that
Nah,
today,
so-
but that was it.
Wait,
Crazy.
yeah, and I cried during that moment.
Oh, I know,
so-
but like I was looking at the stage, I was like, Vince really just put out a giant TV, bro. That was it.
I'm so mad. Because I'm so mad to this day that, like, the original plan for Kofi's entrance was going to be so much bigger than what it was. And Vince was just kind of like, nah, we're not doing that. Like, what do you mean we're not
We'll
doing
get
that?
to that as well. We'll
WrestleMania,
get to
bro.
that because I did my
Hilarious.
homework before, but we'll get to the brackets later. Derek, do you want to do your solve first, or do you want me to run through these sheets real
Let's
quick?
do the sheets.
Okay. Let me find the button for that.
Just get lost.
in the sheets.
Let's get lost in the sheets.
Oh my god, this is my dirt sheets where I nut up and shut up. First thing on the docket, again, we're gonna try to run through this. Topps is partnered with WWE, and I'm into the trading cards sort of. I don't buy them or anything, but I keep up with the times as a baseball card guy. And they're doing these new 1-of-1 cards. So now if you debut on SmackDown or Raw, you're gonna get a debut patch on your wrestling gear.
Oh, I see.
Same thing for baseball. You have your debut patch, and I think they're doing it for a couple other sports, maybe football or whatever. Whatever Topps is partnered with, and now they also have an official WrestleMania one. So those will be inserted in packs. 1-of-1s of a specialty patch that'll be probably sewn onto someone's gear. I'm sure they'll point it out during the weekend, which is cool.
Probably,
cool
yeah.
for me. Again, the stuff that they were doing with Topps seems pretty cool. Fuck it, it's great. Cody Rhodes is launching a podcast called "What Do You Want to Talk About?" That's funny.
Is it a little slogan?
Has that podcast been out?
I'm just reading the news, bro. I don't know. You tell me. Cody Rhodes and John Cena are set to face off this Friday, so very interesting. WWE and Mattel announced a renewed global licensing partnership, so you want figurines, you can get them. Jey Uso was on sneaker shopping. Again, another thing I watched. Yeet.
Mm.
He says Uso a
Yeet.
lot. It's funny. And then I also sent you guys a video of him and Jimmy doing another video for Complex, which was hilarious. I need them to be a tag team again because they're great.
Like
Apparently,
a Twitch or something.
apparently Tom Brady's showing up at WrestleMania 41. This just in, bro. I gotta wear my jersey now. Shout out Tom, the GOAT, bro. 7 time, whatever. Can't wait, bro. Eric's gonna be absolutely done down in the trenches.
Be wearing a Leafs jersey. Don't worry about that.
There's another part of news. I don't know. I guess it's light news, but the Hall of Fame ceremony starting at 1 a.m. Fire me up to go to bed. I guess I'll be watching that the day after, because I don't think I'm gonna stay up.
Yeah,
for
no,
that.
I'm not staying up for that.
So that's
I understand it's in Vegas, but yeah, it's not happening, bro.
Apparently there's supposed to be a WWE/TNA storyline that got nixed. I don't know anything about that. Sorry, we're just going fast.
I think that one was Joe Hendry and The Miz. Apparently, they didn't like it because Joe Hendry would have at least eaten a pin from The Miz, and he's like, "We're not having that for our champion."
Yeah, no, that's stupid. Yeah, apparently WWE copied us and watched our podcast and announced the 50 greatest WrestleMania matches in history. Again, we'll get to that segment after this.
So crazy.
I seen I forget what his name is. I think it might be Naito. Somebody from New Japan is leaving. I'm pretty sure it's Naito. I might be wrong, but he's a lot of people are very confused on why. Fanatics and WWE partner up with Stephanie McMahon for her podcast. Everybody gets a podcast. You get a podcast.
Everybody gets a podcast.
We had a podcast first, but it's all right. You know, you could have just put us on the network. We never talk shit about WWE, of course. We hate AEW. We're here. But Stephanie also had a show that she did. Looked pretty interesting. I haven't watched it.
I'm trying to find it, but like, yeah, I just been seeing clips and her shows. Her show is dope. Like, I've been seeing a lot of cool things that I like from it.
Ricochet hates WWE.
What else is new?
Yeah. Let me just double check one more location, and we'll just get to it. Hopefully, I don't spoil a damn WrestleMania match because somebody will be like, "This is the prediction." Apparently, Triple H called out the internet wrestling fans. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Great.
Yeah.
Charlotte and Tiffany had a brawl in the parking lot, which was fake. Don't let them fool you.
I know they didn't showcase it either. It's funny. They're like, actually, we'll do this in the ring after,
Yeah.
and actually, it's gonna be trash. But going back to what you just said with one of those things, Derek mentioned it earlier when Triple H called everyone out. He's like, "Well, I'm here in the stadium and I hear people chant and cheer for Jey Uso." I was like, I can see the viewership, I can see the money coming in. So I was like, how are you to tell me what to do? You know?
Facts.
So
Again, a lot of Triple H's stuff takes time to cook, bro. It takes time to marinate. So again, the short term kind of sucks, but with Vince, everything sucked. So at least we're getting something positive. You know what I mean? What am I think that's it.
Yeet.
Swerve told Booker T to fuck himself. Or fuck Booker T. That was it. Also, somehow the Young Bucks are in the main event again. EVPs, baby.
book yourself. That's it.
Cody left because he didn't want to be like that. Now look at them. But I think that
Crazy.
story's decent. From what I've heard from other podcasts. Of course, I listen to only ours, but you know. Yeah. All right, Derek. It's time. I'm done mumbling, I swear.
Okay.
Won't you take it? I take it with a grain of salt.
Anything Derek says or does is not our fault. Go on, my guy.
I just like left. Hold on, let me look up at his screen, seeing him leave while I'm giving my salt. Bitch.
Disrespect, bro. I'm gonna kick him out of the chat,
Oh wait,
bro.
hold on. I'm looking at you. Hold on. Yeah, let me look over in this direction. All right, cool. Anyways, yeah, like I said before, WrestleMania build has been mid at best. Still looking forward to the weekend. Again, like I said before, there was like a lot of matches that I feel I'm like looking forward to, but at the same time, like I don't think I'm gonna be really tuned in to watch, with the exception of like the main event, pretty much. I feel like everything else I kind of already said already, but yeah, this WrestleMania is. I don't want to say it's mid, but like we will see. Like we'll probably come back on next week, and I'll probably be like, oh yeah, this was
is
great,
the greatest
kind of thing.
WrestleMania ever. I think there's
But you know,
less expectations than last year for sure.
for sure. And honestly, it's gonna be like that because like you had The Rock heavily involved in things last year, and like The Rock's my guy, so like that kind of just like made me want to watch things a lot more. But at the same time, like it's going to be a good. I think it'll still be a decent event, but like yeah, definitely it felt like we went through a lot of like, you know, cliffs and valleys to kind of get to where we are now, and
Facts.
it doesn't like. I'm not like I'm still hyped, but like definitely it doesn't feel like the same major build that we've seen in previous years for sure. That being said, though, I have seen a lot of pay-per-views where the build was kind of lacking, but then you get to the actual like night and like they go off in all the matches, and I think match quality is like a bigger thing more than anything else. So I'm expecting big things from this WrestleMania. I'm really looking forward to it, and we'll see where things go from there.
And for the record, I heard everything. I have a wireless headset. That's why I said keep going. I'm listening.
It doesn't matter.
I don't
you
care.
need to show
I
your
need to hear
support, you
physically.
bastard.
I need
And-
to hear.
and-
I need to
and-
hear
and-
physically, you bitch.
And like he said, yeah, it's gonna be a mid push, but the match is gonna be lit. And then after, it's gonna be like, it was a lit WrestleMania.
Mhm,
And all the nerds online like, oh no, but AEW are trying to do this with their 5 fans in the crowd. I'm like, yeah, okay, bud.
But yeah, either way, who cares? Let's get to our fantasy and like let's try to finish off this bracket because we need to have this finished
Yes, sir.
before.
All right,
So,
I'll pull up the
good.
fantasy real quick. I will let you guys talk. Well, fuck, I gotta have my points.
Share it up here. Don't worry, I'll take the dub.
If you guys want to add up my points while we're doing it, let me just pop it. How do I do that again
it.
on this new one? For this life I cannot change. In the hell. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's Travis Scott with Sage. Look at all that Sage he's putting himself everywhere.
Oh my god, did he just hit the it's lit destroyer?
The Cactus Destroyer? Oh my god.
Cacti Destroyer. Oh yeah, another thing in the sheets. It's not in the sheets, but Travis Scott's releasing some sort of merch. It's gonna be fucking lit, boys. All right. Let me turn off my light because I look like fucking Casper the Ghost. All right, I still look like him, but it's okay. How do we do this again? All right, this is our fantasy league. We do it every week. Eric does a better job at introducing it. But every week we tally our points. We have a certain amount of wrestlers. We get a certain amount of points for stuff. I don't have the slides, but you can check that out on our socials, ! Socials or EMFC Gaming on Instagram. This week is a very special week for us, WrestleMania. We always like to do something pretty hype, and every year it's usually the same thing, but you know, we're doing it again, so why not? And this also marks the closing out of our fantasy season, as usually during the draft we reshuffle our teams. Currently Eric has a 9-point lead over Derek, and I'm up the rear in third. Eric is a 2-time champ, and I'm the reigning 1-time champ. Derek is the reigning no-time champ. And every week we get a wild card. If we lose, 3 points for first, 1 point for second, 0 points for a loss, and you get a wild card. I received the wild card last week, so I get to multiply one of my current wrestlers with more points. So I already know who it is, and I'm excited. Hopefully that puts me over the edge, but Eric said that he had a good week, so we'll get into it. Also, there is no wild cards on pay-per-view weeks. So this week, whoever loses doesn't get shit. All right, Derek, you're up first,
Alrighty.
bud.
Everybody did pretty shit this week. I think the only person who wrestled on my team was Tiffany. So,
Bro, what's
Matt, can you
going
share the
what's
screen
going
as well?
on, bro? Oh, my bad. Oh shit.
Looking at the thing.
I got you. Bro, how do
It's
you?
lit.
Why did they change
you
it,
pop-
bro?
Yeah, if you popped it out, I don't think it's gonna do it. It's fine. I could try to like look into it here. Oh my god.
Nope, that didn't work. Wait. Bro, why
I'm
won't
looking at another screen.
it won't let me change it to the other screen, bro? Sorry, guys. You're just gonna have to deal with it. It won't even let me
Okay.
stop streaming. That's crazy.
Uh,
Yeah, Discord, fix your shit, eh? Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, you'll just have to check out our stream. Derek is having a very hard time spelling stuff. He has the PD degree. He has the BME, which is fine. The Alabama spelled wrong, slam. And the
I don't care.
the Jilme on his bench, bro.
Jilmy
My
didn't do anything. He's dead.
My man is, okay, so anyways, Derek had a total of 66 points.
66 points.
Hey.
Good God, dude.
We've been averaging. If you guys haven't been seeing our past streams, make sure you go check that out on our YouTube, EMFC Gaming, of course. We've been averaging around 100 points as like a regular. So if you're under that, it's been a tough week. If you're over that, you're probably Eric. So anyways, let's go down to Eric Rubligranas. Apparently he did really well, and I'm scared. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like vaguely look through my eyes here across to the stream, but pretty much a lot of my wrestlers I've been fortunate to wrestle both Raw and SmackDown, and as we were discussing before in our review, there was a lot of mid matches with mid carders being pushed or whatever, but those mid carders were mine, so they're getting me bare points, getting
Facts.
bare finishers for a total of, if we reduce it because I can't see the actual totals.
0 points.
You can scroll down.
You didn't add up. You didn't put it there.
I'll put it together. That's weird. I thought I did. Someone erase it? One of you guys erased it. God damn
It
it. It
wasn't me, bro, because I didn't add mine
Wasn't
up.
me.
was 100 something. But okay, I'll quickly pull it up here and then I can do it.
It's all right. I have to calculate
Matt, your
mine.
turn.
Yeah, I'll have to calculate
Okay.
mine as well. So we'll go back to yours. I'll do mine as we're talking.
Hmm.
Yeah, I kind of screwed myself. I heard John Cena was coming back, so I assumed he'd be on Raw and SmackDown, but he's only showing up on SmackDown. So unfortunately, he got me 0 points. I could have put Roman in, or more likely Finn, because he had a match. I tried to book as many people that had matches already assigned, and I think I did pretty well. Again, I don't know if it's going to be up to the par with Eric, but Rey Fenix had a match. He also showed up a couple times and he won, so that was good. Io Sky had one promo, meh. Bailey was the savior of this week. She had the gauntlet match with Lyra, and her and Lyra basically traded off wins, so we got a couple pins. It was also Bear commercials, and then she also had her match on Raw. New Day also had a promo. My bench, again, really didn't have much to give other than maybe Finn. Dom didn't have a match. Yeah, but I made some changes. Hopefully it'll continue to help me. But yeah, let me just add up my points real quick and then we'll go from there. Can somebody just remind me how the multiplier wildcard works, please?
You get like an extra multiplier, so if you had like ×3 of somebody, it would become like ×4 and whatever kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
It's only valid on one superstar though, so.
It will be going on Bailey 100%, so I will do that as we speak. Oh shit.
I got 100. I got 181 points, and I dropped Kevin Owens for AJ Styles.
Isn't AJ on someone's team? Or am I tripping?
I don't think so.
Nope.
I was
Okay.
going through everyone. Everyone dropped him.
Okay. Sounds good. Last week we didn't talk on the stream, but I dropped Nia Jax for Jade Cargill. And then this week I already made one as well. I will be dropping Rey Fenix for Logan Paul. So, yeah.
Crazy.
Okay, let me do this here.
He's gonna win the grand
Oh,
What's
the
it called?
Andre Giant
The-
Battle Royal.
battle royale. He's gonna win it,
Fuck,
bro.
I forgot about that. It's all right. Whatever. I'll pick him up
He
after.
commands in 10 ranas, and he's gonna be there. He's like, drive him.
Drive. So hold on. If Bailey had 3 commercials, it would only be 2 commercials, so she'd be ×4, and then this one would be ×3, right?
Oh, because of the thing, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, he might actually cook with these points. It's crazy.
Okay, so so plus 12, 20 plus 20. Yeah, I might have won already, bro. Plus 12 plus 12 plus 20 plus 12. Yeah, these wildcards are lit, bro. Oh my god. Plus 9 plus 15. Oh my god, bro. Plus 5 plus 5. All right. So I come in with a grand total of 181 points. What did you have, Eric?
181?
181 points, dude.
That's fucking crazy,
Oh
bro.
my
Fuck
god. That's so nuts.
Nah.
And we had never decided to like put like a tiebreaker if needed be.
Does that mean
I
Derek?
say
I've
me
had
and
this situation before.
do we-
I see me me and Matt get the +3 points.
And
I
Derek
would
gets
say
zero.
Derek gets 1,
yeah,
no?
I would say that. You guys both get +3 for the week.
And Derek gets 1, right?
I get 0.
No, but you came second
let's-
technically, so you'd get 1 point.
He also came
And
third.
you get the wild
Should
card.
we just do? Should we
Oh,
do
no, you
+1
don't
on
get-
both
Well, we
sides?
don't get a wild card next week because it's
Never
WrestleMania
mind.
week, bro.
Never mind.
So I'll take the +1.
Yeah, give him +1, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, even give me
Right.
+2 for pity.
No. We've pitied you too much, all right? This is a gracious
So
week.
funny.
Oh, thanks, Eric. All right, so that means Derek's
That's
at
crazy,
11.
Wow.
The first time ever, bro.
22. That's
I've
actually
hit
pretty
double-
cool.
I've hit double digits for the first time. Let's go.
Let's go. I've hit
Alright.
double digits for the first time.
Oh my god, it's tied.
Woohoo! I'm coming for that ass, boy.
Oh my god, the fight for second place is on.
It's heating up, bro. Relegation fight right now. So this week, I think we've all decided, we're just announcing now, my hair is falling out of my hat, that everyone on our roster is getting played. It is WrestleMania weekend, so we're doing it big. AKA more time or more stuff for us to count. Eric is bringing his trophy, and that's bad luck. Just wait till you get a -40 on the wild card. I think we're putting a couple of those for next week, just to be sure. Excuse me.
Take the championship home, you know.
Derek, do you want to pick up anyone going into WrestleMania weekend?
No, I'm tired.
Brother, you have Sheamus, bro. Get rid of him and pick somebody else up, please. For the love of God, bro.
Who's on the card?
Pick up fucking Rey
Does anybody have
Mysterio.
LA Knight?
Yeah.
Yes, of course I do, bro. He's a champion.
Does anybody have All Grande Americano?
Eric.
Of course, dude.
Does anybody have Naomi?
Yeah, I picked her up last week. Or 2 weeks ago. Anyways, you'll figure it out, but it...
Yeah, I'll figure it out by tomorrow. It's fine.
I was gonna figure out all the signatures and finishers for everyone too.
Yeah, so Eric picked up AJ Styles, as he said. And then for me, I picked up Logan Paul for Rey Fenix. So, should be an interesting week. April 15th to the 22nd. We will pick our teams off stream because we're very tired and we have to go through this other thing. So let's get to it. All right, boys. Congratulations on your win, Eric, this week.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, of course, always. Congratulations to you as well.
Thank you.
181 points, baby.
181. Tattoo it, bro. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let me pull this up here. So, like we said...
You definitely have to share your screen for this.
Okay, I'll try to figure it out right now. Bro, why doesn't it... There we go. Got it.
Ah.
Should we go full screen? Probably not. Let me do that.
Yeah, we only need to see the one side. All right, let's quickly go through these real quick.
All right, so we started this before WWE.
Yeah, we swear.
We swear we did. We skipped a couple weeks because your boy decided not to show up. But I created a March Madness bracket in celebration of the Final Four when that was happening on the WrestleMania Greatest Matches. I took a list and added a couple of our favorites and ones that I thought would be a little bit better. We did the first week. That was probably 2 or 3 streams ago. So again, check the replay. But yeah, I did some homework, boys. Let's run the bracket. Let's run the gauntlet. First match.
All right.
Triple H versus HBK versus Redacted, a.k.a. that Montreal guy, or Brett versus Austin at WrestleMania 13. I will go first. I watched the first match in this bracket today, and I was falling asleep. So I'm going to pick the other one.
Both banger matches. Honestly, I want to hear what Derek says because I'm on the fence with both of them, but I'm leaning towards Brett and Austin.
I'm Brett and Austin for that one.
All right.
Sure.
It's more
Here we go.
memorable, and I was also just exhausted watching these matches, so that might be a thing. But there's other matches that I was awake for, so I don't know. It wasn't for me. Next match. I already told Eric my feelings about this one, so I'll let you guys go first.
I love Rey Mysterio. I love Randy Orton and Kurt Angle. I love that match. Iconic. They made one of my first ever like greatest wrestling moments that I'm like, I need to be addicted to this. I need
Yeah,
this
Put it in my
in my veins, bro. But as a match by itself, it won't compare to the TLC match.
So-
That's crack, bro. Spearing someone from a ladder midair. You gotta be kidding me, bro.
So you're picking TLC 17?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So this was the match I put in for Eric. I watched this match today, and it just seemed like Ray was, it didn't make any sense. I texted the chat about it. It was probably a decent match, but I was falling asleep during it, so TLC 17.
Derek?
TLC 17.
Okay, thank you. This is the one that's gonna get a little difficult, all right? Because I was also falling asleep watching this match. But I also watched Roman versus Cody 40, and I realized that match was a little bit stretched out, and it only got kind of exciting when everyone showed up. So I'm just gonna go Taker HBK 25. R.I.P. Taker's
Taker
neck,
versus
bro.
HBK. They're actually like wrestling. Roman and Cody was amazing, but like it was more so like the story involved and everything. It wasn't actually a better wrestling match.
Fair. But if I could
Yeah.
say something, this match was very, very long, and it was like, again, I was going to go into HBK being the greatest of all time. This man just makes everything look hella exhausting, bro. So it looked like they went through a war. But, yeah, very memorable finish. Also, RIP, Undertaker's neck.
Both phenomenal matches. This one I was very much like on a toss-up one on, but again, I remember the build leading up to Taker versus HBK 25. It was perfect, and they went out and they exceeded all expectations on this match. Taker versus HBK is still one of my favorite matches of all time to this day. So I gotta go Taker versus HBK 25.
As I was watching that match, I thought, damn, I really wish HBK beat fucking Taker to finish the streak.
Trust me. Trust
Like-
me.
Oh,
Like, there were
I think
so many
about it every
moments where I
day.
felt like,
To
so
this
many
day!
moments where I felt like it was gonna happen.
But they got so many Triple H matches afterwards, and that was great too. So
Mm.
Yeah.
So I watched Kurt versus HBK. Very good match. This was the one that was making me go pretty crazy. It wasn't the best HBK match I watched. You're gonna be surprised on which one I pick, but this match was a banger. I did not watch Brett versus HBK because I'm pretty sure that was like the hour-long match, right? Or am I tripping? Yeah, so I did not have time for that, and I was not staying awake. I'm going to give it to Kurt versus HBK because it's a dream match, and HBK did a fucking moonsault onto the announce desk without breaking his whole body.
I don't remember them that much. I feel like Brett versus HBK would be exhausting. Kurt versus HBK was a beautiful match, from what I remember. But I remember Sean tapping like a bitch, so Brett versus HBK.
Oh,
This was a tough
I didn't
one.
finish that match. That's why. Anyways, go on.
This is a tough one because like Brett vs HBK was a classic. It was an hour long. It was an hour long match. Honestly, feel like they sped up the time a little bit. To be honest,
They probably did.
but Kurt versus HBK, that match was so good. And that one, the build to it was kind of weird, but like those guys delivered, and they had 3 matches, so it kind of gives you an idea. So like they basically had a best of 3 series, and all the matches were bangers. So I think I'm going to go with Kurt versus HBK on this one.
Johnny
Alright.
is punching the air as we speak. Anyways, on to the other side of the bracket. We start off with Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan versus Batista, or Rock versus Austin at 17. I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch the first match. I've watched the second match, and I'm voting for the second match.
Rock v. Austin.
Rock versus Austin.
I don't want to see Daniel
Again,
Bryan's
some
name
of them
again.
are harder
Next.
than the others. Next match, we have Foley versus Edge in a hardcore match at WrestleMania 22, or Cena versus Rock at 28. Now,
I love full matches.
I watched Foley versus Edge today. I did fall asleep and had to rewind the table spot, so I don't remember a lot of the match. but Cena versus Rock had Flow Rider and MGK at the start, so I'm gonna go Foley versus Edge at 22.
Cena versus Rock was more iconic. It was so legendary. The crowd was so behind it. In a time where wrestling was very boring and very stale and dull when it comes to other areas, Cena versus Rock was like a dream match, and 2 like the greatest wrestlers of all time at their peaks. Foley versus Edge is such a damn good match. I was like one of my first experiences like with violence that I was allowed to see, and it was just like fantastic. I still gotta give Cena versus Rock just for how iconic it is. I hear voices in the air, all that stuff.
Fuck, this one's hard because this was like Foley didn't really have like a WrestleMania moment until this match, and it was such a good match. Like Edge made him look so good. The spots were cool. The fire table spot was like awesome because I didn't think it was gonna happen. But like the Rock and Cena match had a year-long build, and the build was pretty good, and it was the Rock's first match in like 8 years. And I watched that match in theaters. I was like on my feet watching it the entire time. I had waited for this match for so long. And honestly, again, like I say that this match was a huge hype match. It was a dream match. I think that their second match was a better match from a technical standpoint, but I wasn't into it as much as I was the first match. So
If
I
this
think
helps,
I'm gonna-
Rock has 2 other matches on this side of the bracket. Just pointing it out there. But you don't have to.
He's the great one. He's the great one for a reason,
That's
you know.
facts.
Great one for a reason. The Rock is my favorite superstar of all time.
That's a shame it's not HBK, but go on.
I'm gonna go Rock. I'm gonna go Rock versus Cena.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
I like making it difficult. It's great.
I already saw this one. Rock next.
Oh, that's crazy work, bro. I watched Kofi versus Daniel Bryan the first time ever because I skipped that WrestleMania. Solid ass match. Vince ruined it though, like usual. I don't know why they cut back to the backstage 18 times to show them going, "Yeah, go Kofi. Yeah, go Kofi." Bro, shut up, bro. Get back to the action. It would have been a certified classic if it wasn't for that. Rock versus Redacted. I'm voting Kofi just because I don't like Redacted. And I'm just going to make it more difficult on Derek. So Kofi versus Daniel Bryan. Also, the moment after was very, very special. And I'm glad Vince somehow was able to do this in his tenure. He should have been doing it more, but, Vince is crazy. So, hey, good on Kofi, eh? And then, sorry about the next night, but, Vince only gives so much. Anyways, Eric, you said Rock versus Redacted. Derek, go ahead.
Yeah. Iconic match, bro. Legendary moment.
Both matches iconic. I cried for Kofi versus Bryan because of the personal aspects of it, like seeing like the first like getting in person to win the WWE Championship with that build, which was just like awesome. Rock versus Hogan, I watched it at home with my entire family. My entire extended family was at my house watching this match. It was super, super iconic. This was like the match that we all waited to see.
Oh, live in Toronto.
Of course.
Live in Toronto. The match itself, like, it wasn't even about the match itself. It was just like the crowd reaction, the like just feeling everything. Like everything about that match just felt special. Yeah, I gotta go Rock Hogan.
Eric and Derek have voted out their favorites for some other bub shit, so I just want to put that out there. No love lost here. Next match, I watched HBK versus Flair in its entirety for the first time ever. Very good match. I don't know if everyone was complaining about it because Ric Flair was old. I know he was like 74 in that match. Well, man,
Nobody
he
was
was
about that
lit,
match.
bro.
Okay,
That
good.
match,
He
that was-
that-
it was the
wrestled.
this
It
match
was the perfect like
was
send-off match. It was
lit,
amazing.
bro. The fact that Ric Flair came back to do another match, he should be ashamed, bro, for the rest of his life. This match was perfect. It was beautiful. HBK's lit. Ric Flair's lit. I'm voting that match, even though this match is probably better. I have watched this match before. I just don't remember it, and I didn't get to it today. So I'm voting HBK versus Flair because now it's one of my favorite matches. Shout out to HBK.
HBK
He's the GOAT.
is a legend, bro. And HBK's in both of these matches, technically.
Yep.
Because he held in a
Special
cell as a
guest
referee.
right? Yep.
HBK versus Flair is iconic, and it's another like match that's like permanent in my mind now. I'm still gonna go Taker versus Triple H. It was a hell of a match.
Taker versus Triple H.
All right. We're getting down to the semifinals. We have
Yes, sir.
Brett versus Austin or TLC 17. I'm going to go Brett versus Austin because it's more... they're both memorable, but I remember this probably a little bit more than this. But that's just my personal pick.
I'll go TLC, but I didn't know both these matches were on there still. Kind of trash.
TLC.
That's crazy, bro. I don't think Austin has a match in here. Oh no, he has Rock versus Austin. That's crazy work. Anyways, we don't even have to vote on this one. Just do that for us.
We got the spoiler for that.
This one is going to be a little bit difficult.
Oh, Rocky.
Just a little bit. Rock versus
Okay.
Austin 17 was in Seattle, or was that the other one? 19.
No,
That
this
was
is
in
the
Houston.
one
That was in
in
Houston.
Houston. That's my way. My way or the highway.
I don't remember either, so I'm gonna just let you guys go off. Oh, sorry,
still
I
think it's one
remember
of the
seeing it was
greatest.
Rock.
Still think it's one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time. One of the most memorable matches of all time. Probably the
I'll be
greatest
right back.
WrestleMania of all time.
All right.
Rock versus Austin 17.
I choose Rock versus Austin.
Too iconic, bro. Now you're not voting?
Nah, I'll just stay impartial. I have to rewatch this Rock versus 17. For some reason, I can only remember the other one, so I'm gonna rewatch.
Also a banger match.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, I get it confused. I always, for some reason, think it's the one in Toronto, even though it's not. It's fucking Rock versus thing. But anyways, speaking about that match, we have Rock versus Redacted or Taker versus Triple H in Hell in a Cell with Shawn Michaels.
Oh, if it's more technical standpoints, Taker versus Triple H, but if it's more story wise, I mean they're really, really close. But as Derek said, Rock versus Hogan was like an iconic moment in wrestling history. I'm still gonna go Rock v Hogan. It's also 11 Toronto.
I think I'm gonna do the same because there's a better Taker match, and I feel that Hell in the Cell matches are kind of slow. I mean, this top match was probably slow, but I mean they were doing it for a purpose, and the whole story beat within the match was crazy. So I'm just put the.
Oh my god, food?
Yeah, that looks good, bro. What'd you
Did you
get?
get a delivery or what?
That's not. It's Delicio, bro. What are you talking about?
See you with the food,
Yeah.
Derek.
Is that Delicio, fam?
That's a quesadilla, bro.
Dilla,
Oh
fam.
my god.
Yeah.
Dilla.
So, are you voting Rock versus Austin or versus Hogan, or
Oh God.
you don't really have a say? But I mean, if you want to put your,
Oh, both of you guys. Okay. Well.
sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, I think Rock versus Hogan.
Okay. All right, we're down to the final four, and I think there's one that's the wild card here. He's not making it through. But again, with any bracket, that's how it works. I just want to see what we passed up on instead here.
I think it would be Brock. Triple threat. Oh man, Rey Mysterio, you gotta be kidding me.
Bro, Eddie versus Angle, I'm still salty about, but hey, I think we already know what it is. It's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Taker versus HBK. Just put them all the way to the end.
Yeah, we knew this was probably
waste
going to
your time here.
happen, but there was other matches that we could have seen. This was also what WWE voted as their favorite match of all time. Now we have a tough one, but I think I know which one I'm going to pick. I'll let you guys go first.
Oh, they're so close, bro. They're still the greatest storylines of all time. If I was gonna rewatch it, I think I'd personally rewatch Hogan versus Rock. It was just such a fun time to watch. But I still think Rock versus Austin, peak of the Attitude Era, was mostly the greater match, especially if it's a technical standpoint, because both of them were not old.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rock versus Austin.
I am as well. Also, what do you mean they're both old, bro? This was 1 year after. What are you talking about?
Hulk Hogan was old.
Oh, yeah, of course. He's always been old, just like Ric Flair. Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be something like this, bro. These are the four names you would probably circle on a WrestleMania ballot to be
That's it.
the top four, top five Mount Rushmore boys. I would just go first.
You already know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you already know what
Stop
it is.
it.
Oh my MLB. Oh my god.
Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
god. He's connecting.
No,
He's connecting.
no,
We're hacking.
I gotta put another timestamp. You gotta blur these out, my guy. I'm sorry. Or we're not posting this on YouTube. Derek, do you have any thoughts, or is it unanimous?
I think it's unanimous.
Ding 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 ding. Fair play,
Congratulations,
though.
Taker versus HBK. Oh,
This is a fair final, though. I think Taker versus HBK versus Rock versus Austin. I think these are probably
Yeah,
like the
that's
top two.
this
Ding
is,
ding 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 ding.
is this a 3-0 sweep?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fair thing. I wish we had a little bit more calamity in this top bracket, but it's all right. Yeah, I mean, we added a couple of wild cards in there to pull on your guys' heartstrings, but I think you passed the test. I think we came out with the victor. If you guys haven't watched this match, please go check it out. I know I said I was falling asleep watching it, but it is a methodical masterclass of the two greatest wrestlers, that could ever touch this earth. Also, again, if I didn't say it already, HBK is the best wrestler of all time. I don't want to hear nobody chat shit about nobody else, all right?
No, for sure, bro. You make so many good matches.
And also, I was
It's
thinking,
insane.
too, the worst Mount Rushmore. You know how you make the best Mount Rushmore? I was thinking, you have CM Punk and then Daniel Bryan on there, and then I was
Oh, thank you.
thinking of other people. And I was trying to put my tongue on it. Do we think Brock is good, or like early Brock is amazing, right? Or
Yeah.
okay,
He's good.
I'm not saying he was going to be on there, but I was just thinking other people that might have been
Maybe
put
we'll
on
do it
there.
for Bret Hart, but Goldberg.
Goldberg. That's another one I thought of too, but I have a soft spot for Goldberg because he showed up for us, bro, when we were getting back into it. So, or at least I was. But that's our bracket. If you guys have any difference of opinion, as Paul Heyman said, you can go suck a dick, because this is the end all be all. Don't listen to the WWE list. We did it first.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, oh my God, what the hell is this? Anyways, to wrap it up, this is WrestleMania week. I hope everyone enjoys. If you guys are going out to a party, please party responsibly.
Party hardy. Let's go.
Yeah, whatever he said. Appreciate everybody stopping by for our special WrestleMania podcast. Thankfully, we did it on a Wednesday. I see you guys all viewing it, so we appreciate you always. Again, if you missed the stream and you want to go see any of them, it's on our YouTube. Check out our socials. We might be posting predictions. If not, I'm sure you'll see whoever won the ring and our trophy on Sunday. Hopefully, it's me.
That's been your boy EMFC.
It's not for you to see. Go, Leafs, go.
EMFC.
Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Where's the outro? Give me the outro, goddammit!
There we go.
Yes, sir.